Alright, welcome on back. Doing some Minecraft. So, happy Tuesday. It's been a week already, but we're almost halfway there. So, I finally did something that I've been dragging my feet on for years and kind of forgot about, honestly, for a long time. But then, the more that I think about it, and for some reason, the way my mind works, I just fixate on things and just injustices. However, before, where I was trying to be vigilante about it, which was stupid. I mean, we see that kind of stuff in Batman, and I remember thinking, oh, those guys are stupid. Talking The Dark Knight, where the Joker, probably my favorite version of the Joker besides Mark Hamill's the cartoon. Um, where was I going with even that? Holy cow. Hold on. I need to regather the thread. Well, anyways, vigilanteism. We think about Batman righting the wrongs, and then the wannabe Batmans. That's right. So like the scene with the Scarecrow and the vans, and they're doing a deal, and selling the scary serum as drugs. It's like what? Why would people want that? And of course they didn't. That's why they're complaining, and he's like, well, what else are you gonna do? It's just like, no, that's stupid. But anyways, and the world's in complete turmoil, like, kind of. I don't know. I feel like this is like the final, last, ultimate, for serious this time, like, final bombing. I just worry about all those people over there. Like, that's terrible. To live through that day in, day out. Be like, well, is today the day that, like, there's going to be a missile shot through where I'm trying to shop at? Like, and I saw this video of people walking around. It said it was modern day Iran. I'd probably want to, like, I don't know, check that and see. Actually, wait, no. It's okay, there can be some dark areas in this hallway. Actually, wait. Well, it's Tuft, so I mean... Still, I might take that over dirt. Because you can now use the stone cutter to shape Tuft into, like, bricks and stuff, and walls, and all sorts of cool stuff. So, but I'm also almost running out of torches. Oh man, even the map's more vibrant. Like, Minecraft just got a major vibe upgrade. It's legit. Oh. So. Oh man, this is pretty wild. And I'm gonna go pull some more weeds. It's like my never-ending job, but I did get a lot of progress last night. I actually went out back when it was getting dark, and there's like a bunch like right by my patio that are kind of like tall grasses, and I wasn't even gonna remove them because like I picked out the spiky leafed ones, the pokey ones that like because we have a bunch of neighborhood cats and my kids of course if we want to go back out there. Like I don't want them poking themselves on weeds, but now some of the tall grass is actually I wish I would have ripped it out sooner because now it's shedding these like sharp dart seeds, and fortunately it's not like these ones like we used to call them. I think we called them throwing stars, even though they were seeds that were like spears or throwing spears. I don't know. But like there was a specific plant up in Buena Vista that had these little darts with long tails. They looked like basically like pointy sperm. And like you just throw them at each other and they would stick through clothes, like through your shirt and get you. And it would itch. And like it was like poison dipped darts, like throwing at people. Like I guess you could think of it as like maybe like a little Nerf football, like a tiny Nerf football with a tail that like flies tried and true almost every time. It's ridiculous. Oh, what is... Oh, I thought for some reason that was blue. Like a blue tinge. Alright, let me at least get some of the deep slate. Now, a stack of it. What is that? I mean, I want to go check it out. Oh. Okay, and actually that's pretty good. Let's just be done. I don't even know what I'm... is that worth it? Do I have anything I could just toss away? 3 emeralds. I don't need that. Got blocks and blocks and blocks of emeralds. That's why I didn't want to break it that other day, like when I saw that ore. In fact, here, do we have any more? Can't lament too much over it. All right. But anyways, no, and I did another thing. Sorry. Oh, I snitched on a predator. Whew, that feels good. So, I don't know. I basically just talked to the cops, told them what I know. Now I can get some closure on that. They may reach out to me with some extra stuff. They may, I mean, because basically what I told them, I'm pretty sure did not exist in their original report. Like the whole switcheroo where like one person would drug one lady and then another person would drug another lady and then they would switch. Like that was, uh, I know I rambled it as I was on my way to jail. Like I was on quite a few things and like my head was rolling around. I was talking to this very nice lady cop and there's a lot of cops and and I was laughing too. And like went peacefully. There was no like they weren't very gentle with me. Like we had a good conversation. Like as they were getting ready to arrest me, and like said, "All right, well we got to go." I'm like, "Okay, well I guess if we have to." And like I went, got in the car. Oh, so I was like playing poker with some friends. Not even poker because I hated poker. We were playing cards, and all of us were just messed up and like we were laughing and having a good old time. We had like destroyed the house and one dude peed in his bathtub and like just a bunch of crazy stuff and like oh it's so it was messed up. It was funny, but it was messed up. It was like an Adam Sandler movie if it went like psycho. And so and yeah, and a lot of that was payback for what happened. I mean, that and stealing all this stuff and moving it to another location to give it back. I mean, mind you. So I didn't get any like theft charges or anything because that wasn't the point. I wasn't like, yeah, I'm gonna make some money. It's like, no, you like stealing from folks. Here's how it feels like, and I don't know. It was he betrayed my trust. He had a key to my room, for business reasons, and like, yeah, it was just ridiculous. So. And nowadays, I wouldn't have even really been in trouble. Like, I would have gotten a slap on the wrist for the assault, but everything else just disappeared. And I'm happy, and I should just be happy and good and done. And I am. I mean, I'm not gonna. Well, I hate to say that, but I might still capitalize off of it. Like, it's a no-brainer. We live in the time of P. Diddy, the trials. Like, it's finally becoming taboo to assault people. Like, that's. Oh. That was one of the reliefs of going to jail is like I did meet a lot of like-minded people that would agree, be like, oh yeah, you don't make decisions for people that they don't, consent. Consent is very important. You have to okay everything you do that's serious with the people that you're doing it to and with. Like, that's just a no-brainer. And I don't know, like I got my own kiddos and they're they're still a ways away, but they're gonna hit that time where is my son going to take shortcuts? Is my daughter going to take shortcuts? Like, I knew a gal growing up that thought she was all boss lady and like, and she was too. I don't mean to downplay her. Like, she was as thug as I was thug, but like, very intelligent, very disciplined, very, I don't know, adventurous and scientific. Like, and she's actually the one that I do feel a little guilt and I need to talk to with at some point. Dreading that, but I'm getting my ducks in a row. Like I took care of that thing today, and now I need to. There's two people specifically. I don't know if I'll find the other one, but there is two people, two ladies that I could have behaved better around. Now it wasn't nearly the scale of dude, like, because that's the other thing. Like, as soon as you accuse somebody of something, you got to take some serious self-inventory. And I was a drunk mess for a long time. But no matter how drunk I got, if anything, I got more shy and more paranoid. Like, oof, is this going to turn out bad for me? Is she going to say she didn't want to do this and then I'm going to get in trouble? Like, I was really that paranoid. And like, and especially if they were like really drunk and just like, it didn't even feel right. A lot of my buddies were like that. My one buddy actually got a DUI. So he was talking with one of our friends and she was really smashed and she needed to go to bed. She needed to lie down. So he was going to take her to the couch, give her some water, give her some food. He lived with a bunch of guys and we were all like in and out of that place all the time. So, there was no sketchy business. It was a safe place for women to go to. So much, in fact, this was another messed up one where we got bear maced. We had some ladies over that had boyfriends. We didn't know that. And they were having fun, like definitely hanging out. I mean, one was sitting on my lap, and I feel really terrible about that, knowing she had a boyfriend. Like, I was that guy. you know, unbeknownst to me, like I had no idea. I just met this lady that night. Lady, I mean, girl, as I was a boy back then. It was college age, so. Actually, wait, was that? Yeah, hold on. Sorry, because I did college. I actually waited to go to college for my high school sweetheart. So I did. I was a year older than my peers, and then I took some time off, not by choice. But then, then I made it back. Finished my degree. I actually completely switched degrees. That was cool. But not cool because I had to do 5 more years. So I had done 2 years. Pretty good grades the first semester, decent the second semester. Was signing up for classes I had no business taking. Um, all right, wait, I need honey. Oof. So, but then after I took the break, I got the highest grade in my geology class. Like that's the only class I could say that about. But I did. It was a community college. I was competing with this Grateful Dead hippie dude, awesome dude. Worked for Loveland School District. Like I think he was like an audiovisual guy, but you know, just really great guy. Like trustworthy. Like you know, an elder, a village elder for sure. And we talked a lot. We sat at the same table because we were kind of like the older ones too. Like I mean, there was a lot of well, not. We hung out with this other guy that he was more in it for the money. He wasn't in it for the splendor of like rocks and minerals. I mean, I was a regular Hank looking at minerals and not knowing as much as he did or Walt. They both on Breaking Bad, both those characters knew a lot more about minerals than me. But like I was able to identify a bunch of them. You can tell by certain characteristics like the, the hardness, like whether it can be scratched or if it scratches certain materials. Um, cleavage, which is always a funny word, and it definitely did not mean what most people think it means. It's just like the way that the rock or mineral breaks, or the fracture line along it. If it's a flat surface, like if it looks more like you think the flat irons of Colorado or Boulder, or if you look at these, like these boxes, this would have cleavage of like, yes, it does. It's a flat, well, it's like a box. So, and if your rock or mineral breaks in a cubic fashion, then it would have that. And a lot of it was like slanted cleavage, like it'd be like mica. You could peel that off in flakes, or there's other. See, I don't even know any of the rocks and minerals now. Like I'd need to like go. I know where my book is, my textbook. Maybe one day I would do something like that. Like, actually, yeah. I mean, that's what I need to do tonight. Sorry, I just remembered. I'm working on my website, which I need to start including in the description of these videos because that has well, it doesn't have a complete list, and it looks like garbage right now. I need to fix it up. I have a theme selector that I just added yesterday, which actually has one theme dedicated to Citrusine, this Twitch streamer that I watch, who's friends and associates with Anthony Writes Code, who's my favorite Twitch streamer. He actually rated my Twitch channel when I was doing little coding streams. He rated with like 130 people, and I'm just sitting there explaining Python. And I'm just like, uh, okay, and just, well, hello everybody. Like this is awkward and everything. I can only do that, and then wax chiseled copper. Oh no, now I need to go do this. So this is waxed. That's not. So we'll just. There we go. Okay. Always use this thing. That's the same thing for like this. You get 60 stairs. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. Whereas if you go to this and you try to do stairs, it's a 40. So you have to do, what is that? Six? 6 for 1 instead of 1-to-1. It's ridiculous. That's 5. That's a tax of 5 blocks for every one that you make. Versus here, so 40, a stack gets you 40, right? 60 gets you 60. So that's, you're throwing away a 1/3. Wait, how does that add up? Oh, I see, because you get 4 as a result, so you're really only being taxed 2 for every 6, which is 1/3. Well, you get, yeah. Okay. I mean, it's not as big of a deal, but... Oh, also I need flowers. I can add these to the railway. Do have a lot of these. Let's go ahead and... We're just going to go nuts with the... So we can... Oh, dry mouth. Although after this episode, I gotta go out and pull more weeds because it is ridiculous. Like the front's looking better. The side of house is not good. Oh. Okay. Got a full stack. Nice. All right. So, oh, right there's one. If I see the bees, ooh, actually I do need because that'll make them leave the hive? Beehive, yeah. I was trying to think of what that even was. You're mad, but since it's peaceful, you won't attack me. But now, you're ready to make more bees. Ah. Yes. And then you... Wait. Big bee. And you're ready. Oh, whoa. Okay. Oh, yes. Look at all you bees. You all look like you should have some more families. Some more family members. No, you. Go make family. Come back out. Man, I didn't realize that many were ready to... Okay, wait. Little one. Okay. Oh, another little one. Huh. You'd think with so many, like, I mean, it does start having a lot of honeycombs. I don't know if it's staggered enough. I could just stay out here for hours and just keep, keep getting all the honeycombs. All right, you. Anything? I'll walk all the way around it. All right, so now I can run and jump up onto the... Oh, sorry. I was really nervous today, too. Because, like, I mean, I used to love talking to the police. I talked to all the cops back home all the time in Buena Vista, Salida, Leadville. Like, I would walk in, like, slightly trashed, like, and talk to the cops, like, going into the school dances and or stoned or whatever, and just, like, chatting it up with them. And, like, and most of the time they didn't know or they didn't care because I didn't make it a problem for them. I wasn't sloppy. I wasn't abusive. I wasn't belligerent. In fact, my dad, I mean, for as much as he was a drinker, he was a very polite drunk. Like, he would bend over backwards to make sure that you felt comfortable and at ease and, like, respected, appropriate, like, everything. I mean, it was just a thing. It was important to him. Uh-oh. I was like, I'm freezing. Oh, hey. Not really a whole lot of them up here today, but... So, anyways, but also, like, my dad, he would have done the same thing. Like, he probably would have taken it even further. I don't know. He was a very serious guy, but maybe he would have done exactly what I did. I don't know. But he used to be a bit of a biker, and, like, you know, in a lot of those tight-knit biker club groups, they look after their ladies. Like, I mean, that is, treat them like queens, because they are. They're the mother of your children, potentially. They're the mother of someone's children, or they're the child of someone else. And that goes for, you know, guys too. But it's like, that's why you never want to go lethal with anything. And there's these people out there that think they want to take to someone's life, which I've never done. I don't know, let's get that straight out of the way. That was the other thing I was afraid. I was like, God, am I going to get in trouble just for talking to these guys? Like, because I didn't think, oh, no, not the fire. Oh, no, and I pushed him back. Here, you want a flower? No, you're not. Right, okay, this one. Oops. I was actually about to comment, like, I should remove all the campfires. Start to have this. Oh, no! Oh, God. Oh, jeez, I just killed a bee. Jeez. I did not mean to do that. I didn't... There we go. I can just take all the campfires and put them somewhere because I don't really need them. In fact, I don't want them. Because they keep the bees inside and tame so you can harvest it. So when you're not in peaceful, it would actually be of concern potentially. But since it's in peaceful, I don't got to worry about it. There you go. Oh man, I did some cringy things too last night too. So Redman already's got to think that I'm just some nut job, and like, and unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to make it to the cannabis convention in Denver. I don't even know when it was or is. Like, I already been up to Buena Vista this summer, and like that's a trek. It's 3 hours from here, and then like, and actually that's just like the base with traffic that day. Oh man, and then it was like thunderstorming, just like a flash flooding. Just need help. Okay, then you back out and. Yeah. All right. There you go. You. Oh, grow up quick. All right, because the more bees you have, that I'm not killing. Um, I feel bad about killing cows too. I mean, it's kind of like a brainless thing. You need a lot of leather, especially with all the enchanting books and the books and quills and all that stuff. But it's just a video game at that point. Like, I like steak. I like burgers. A little too much. In fact, I'm getting chubby. I need to start. That's what I should do. But I'm gonna go pull weeds. Get that little bit of exercise. My back is starting to get old. It's not too bad yet, but like pulling weeds, it can be pretty rough on it. Of course, I grew up pulling weeds. We had a family garden, and and well, actually, interestingly enough, I think I was the main one that actually did the stuff. But I don't know. But like pulling weeds, and that was like a lot different because I had to be careful of the crops. Like we had peas in the pod, we had carrots. Jeez, what else? It's been so long. Squash, a few types of that. Zucchini. Zucchini was good, but you didn't have to worry too much about that. Like that was pretty easy to weed. It was really the carrots that, and like there was a few times where I'd pull a carrot on accident, just because it was a plant, and I'm pulling plants up like so the weeds, and you just get a carrot, and then you see it's all malnourished and underdeveloped, and like it's not a carrot. It's like it's growing into a carrot, but you robbed it. As I say that, why didn't I just stick it back in the ground? Seriously, like I think that could have. Oh wow. See, that is just how oblivious I was to a simple solution as a kid. I just put this carrot back in the ground. That's how plants grow. I'm pretty terrible at that. So, which is why I want to grow some like pollinator plants. Uh, oh, and I saw that houses aren't that expensive up in Buena Vista. So I think my next 10, 15-year plan might be just to move back home. Maybe 20 years. I gotta see how long the kiddos need me, or if they even do. They might go to school somewhere else. They could go literally anywhere in the world. So, well, except the Middle East right now. That's kind of. Hopefully, that's all sorted before. I mean, really, even before too long. That was part of my rants last night. So, I did the Red Man thing. So, it was on this gangster's X-App post, and it was a video, which is a funny video, but it's kind of offensive to me being a white boy. Like seeing it was like this scrawny white boy that you could tell he was like pretending, hanging out with a couple like gangster looking dudes, and even not just that. Like in fact, if I think about it, I think they were just wearing like sweaters and pants. Like it wasn't even like they were dressing that gangster. But like this little white boy started snitching on his entire neighborhood. Like oh, what happened here? What? That's water? That's wild. I don't believe it, but I mean, I see it. I feel the mechanics, but all right, anyways. What am I doing? We got waxed chiseled copper. Let's go finish, or not even finish, and put this stuff away so I don't have to come back for it. Leave the, oh wait, I had, jeez. Well, waxed block of copper. Chiseled. I mean, I do like the grate. Marty. That's okay. I like the grape, but I also don't like it enough to really commit to that. So we'll do this. Oh, wait, put this there. We don't need to be walking around with gold ingots. Let's make this coal block. Get rid of that. Heart of the Sea. I still don't even know what that does. Yeah, it's weird. Okay. And the campfire in this area. And away we go. So, anyways, I don't know. And then circling back to the other thing. Oh wait, basically the big long rant was like, I was like, well, yes, this is funny. We need to focus on like what drives people to do this. Like, and I even said a sentence in there. I was like, dude gave it up pretty quick, but when people start threatening like decades, like a lot of tough nuts crack. And that's true. That's referring to, oh wait, do I have a, I do. Okay, good. Um, like in the video, the kid was like this scrawny white boy, like really nerdy, had a pink vape, like all this, and it was just like, look at the narc and all this, and he just started snitching right away, and the cops just like, uh-huh. No, what I did today was different. It was calculated with risk assessed, the blowback minimal. I mean, yeah, he might try to come after me, but I'm not doing anything now, and I just want to answer my door. He doesn't know where I'm at, and even if he does learn where I'm at, I already talked to the police about it. I thought about getting a restraining order on him too, just preemptively. Just being like, you know what? Just in case he ever wants to come around, or threaten my family. Because he's looking at some serious time if they can prove it. If there's other victims out there that come forward and implicate him, he's going away for years. So, and, I was thinking maybe like 4 or 5 years in a halfway house would be plenty. Like, that'd be fine. But it's not up to me. It's up to his victims. And so I'm hoping the first thing they do is they reach out to his victims, the original two, and be like, well, what do you want to see happen here? Like, with this new information that this, and it's so embarrassing. Like, this has been so long ago, and I get it. Like, and I should have just let it go too. Like, I waffled back and forth a lot on that. I was like, hey, should I do it? Should I not? And I almost didn't. And I was like, no. If he had reached out, apologized, or even tried to make amends for any of the like or this grocery list of things that he did to everybody we knew, maybe. But even then, it's like that's still not up to me. Like, it was my civic duty to say, hey, no, he said this. I think he did this. If he did this, then that's really bad. Like, it's terrible. There's victims out there, and as like an advocate for, well, really an advocate for women in STEM, let alone women's safety in general, and like women equality, women leadership. Part of the things that I debate on XApp is like how there was a woman gospel, like Mary Magdalene. A great book, by the way. Megan Watterson wrote this book, Mary Magdalene, and I believe she's a lesbian. And she was just talking about how, like, she grew up in the church, but she felt like she was just, like, villainous and poisonous and a monster because she liked women. And it's just like, and she knew in her heart that she loved women. And Colorado is one of the states that allows same-sex marriage. Like, if it's a person loving a person of age and consent. Like, see, that's the other thing. I mean, all right, wait. Let's go ahead and put some tuft there. Boom. Oh, 2. There. Dang. I almost am not going to make it. Like, or well, I mean, at least I'll get this side done. But, but anyways, no. It's just, the victims will need to, I mean, if that ever happened to my daughter, the cops better hope they catch him before I do. That's like where I'm at. And so from one father to another, to the fathers of those daughters that got assaulted, I owe it to them. I mean, I got to look out. So, and everybody I was in jail with, I got to look out. Like, they would all unanimously agree, except for the Moes, and the Predators. Like, they wouldn't, but, they don't count. And at the end of the day, the hippie farms and the solutions, or the attempted solutions to try to fix all crime, really is fixing all crime. Like, we can't just, and really they don't get treated as harsh as a lot of people think. Like, predators, when they go to jail, like, they do get special custody, protective custody. Oh, there's the alarm. It means I gotta go pick some weeds. But no, so they don't have it that bad. In fact, um, uh, what was I just saying? Jeez, that's terrible. I gotta pick weeds. They don't. Yeah, they don't have it that bad. They had mopeds in the halfway house. They could drive vehicles. Everybody else had to walk, longboard, ride a bike, roller skate. I think there's a couple people in there that roller skated. Like, you got to make do. And we got to watch these little guys going, "Nee," driving their little scooter past you. You're like, what a mo on a moped. Anyways, oh, that's going to be clipped into a short. All right. Anyway, oh yeah, wait, I gotta finish this story and then we can finish up this episode. But so I posted this on this guy's post that Redman reposted. So Redman saw what I wrote on this guy's post, and it was a long one. And I said, "Hey, sorry for a long post." I said, "While this is funny and true, we got to look at the underlying problem. Like, how are people?" And I talked about having more elders in the community to teach the youngsters that about plea deals. Like, I know a lot of people that, had they known about plea deals, they would have been fine. Be like, oh yeah, I'll just take that. See you in a few years. Like, and not even. Like, you're still, like, in the community for a lot of things. So, and even the mushroom thing, like, a lot of people I know that had mushroom charges, which were recently pardoned. Actually, you know what? Uh, my headset's like, huh. So, Jesus, what was I talking about? Ah, that's bad. That's so bad. No, but anyways, mushrooms and other drug charges, like if they're just possession and stuff, like it's not that big of a deal. A month, a few months. But Brock Turner, the lady behind the dumpster, 3 months on a six. That's insane. That is insane. Like, I don't know. And then two passed out people, different situations, or maybe the same night. I don't know. That would have been ridiculous. But two different victims, 5 years, no jail time. So it makes me think that he rolled on somebody else. And if that's the case, then I'll back off and like I'll be like, all right, my bad. Like you already handled it. It has been handled at that point. I no longer need to worry about it. But if it hasn't, and I'm not going to be a vigilante. Oh, look at that. That chiseled tough. Ooh. And I finally trust law enforcement to do their job. So, got my snitch blades out, my snitch and Wessons, just for that special occasion. To make sure somebody didn't escape justice, and then I can sleep better at night. Already was, but this is one of those things like cleaning house. Like now that I'm finally in a comfortable place in my life, or somewhat comfortable, taking care of all the things that I've been putting off for a long time. This one more just because I kept forgetting. Like, I don't know. So, anyways, yeah. And plus, I think I either did a favor or really freaked out my ex. I'm not going to talk to her. I'm not going to reach out to her. I have her email. That's a long story. I actually found it somehow. And like, I sent her a message. She said, "Hey, I'm with someone," but we talked about like our cats that we used to have, and she gave me like a brief lowdown of that. And then she said, but like I know a lot of people don't like feel it's bad talking to exes. I don't want to do that to my boy, this guy. And I said, no, that's totally fine. I just want to see if you're happy. I think this is good. I'm glad you're happy. I'm glad you have someone. That was it. But now that come this because he might have victimized her too. And it's like, mofo. So this guy, watching a mafia clip earlier, but like, again, not a vigilante, but if I did her a solid there, if he really did. Anyways, that was probably TMI. That was private. Maybe I'll bleep that out. But I don't know. I mean, I do still have a lot of love for her. I love her, but I'm not obsessed with her, and I'm gonna leave her alone. So, actually, jeez, it's been over a decade anyway. So, and I told the police I was like, eh. So we'll see what comes of this. And if nothing else, I can still write that hip hop song with my buddy, and then we can get Kendrick Lamar's attention, and then do a collab with him, maybe Redman, maybe Cypress Hill, and just be like, "Yo, SO's gotta go, po ho," or something like ridiculous like that. And then just be like, do the A-Rye, and it's just like the nutso things that I did that night. in cinematic form. It'd be hilarious. It involves a baseball bat, butterfly knife, brass knuckles, a fake gun, like all sorts of props. Like, and that's all they were. They were props. A couple smashed 40s too. I was pretty upset. I mean, there was a headlock involved, not, and I was on the receiving end. So, if you get choked out like that, you get a little nutty. Like, you get a little like fight or flight or like life or death mode. So, anyways, and I also knew a guy that was in prison in Lyman for 12 years because he accidentally killed his cousin in a bar fight. So, there's that. I was very fortunate that all I got was what I got. So, a lot of theater, not a lot of violence, and that's how it should be. Don't go out trying to actually hurt people and kill people. But anyways, ta for now. Not saying that to like chastise my buddy. I mean, I felt for him really. Like 12 years is insane. Anyways, which might be what this guy gets. I don't know. There's more than two victims that can prove that he actually like put in the position of danger, like drugged them. That's a white P Diddy. All right, and on that note, ta for now. I will see you later.